Chamillionaire, the beef y'all had. If I'm not mistaken, Pimp C and E40, they was the ones that chose y'all to squash y'all beef, right?
Yeah, man. E40 and Pimp C, they were the only two people. There were some people who didn't mention it. Like Bun B was somebody who, like, he would never bring up Chameleon around me or bring me up around Chameleon. That's like almost disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But Bun B also had a way of mentoring me and mentoring Chameleon and showing me how I need to operate, in the same world as Chameleon. So Chameleon had to operate in the same world as me without bringing up our situation. But you know what he talking about. But he giving you game. So I had other people, but the people who were direct about it, the only two people that were direct, period, was E40 and Pimp C. And they both was like, what is you doing with Chameleon? And me and Chameleon are both. I'm telling them, oh, Chameleon, this, and this. He did this, he said that. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. They both, Pimp C and E40. I don't, man, you tripping. That's all they did? You mean he didn't fuck your girl? You mean he didn't like beat up your mama or some shit? He didn't say your mama crack? Well, you acting like he sold your mama crack. And he telling Chameleon, they telling Chameleon they're the same thing. Pimp C and E40 both saying the same thing. They didn't do this together. They didn't know the other person was doing this. It's just E40 from the jump was like, nope, y'all making a bad decision. Nope. I'm gonna tell you the same way I told XYZ, this group, that group, this group. Nope. You think people care now? When y'all care, the people not gonna care. The people care now. They're not gonna care when y'all care. They care now. If y'all don't put this E40, if y'all don't put this music out now, 5, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, they don't care. They're not gonna care. You think we care about when this group and that group break up and they come back together 20 years later? What do we say? Man, they don't sound the same. They sound like old people. They sound like they just doing it for a check. They sound like recovering drug addicts. Like, what do we say about those people? That's what people are going to say about y'all. Nobody's going to care about y'all. Now is when they care. Now. If you don't do it now, this is an opportunity you'll never get again. And it might not be nothing to come from it, but you're not going to be able to get this opportunity ever again. E40 wasn't wrong. Pimp C say, same shit. Man, what is you doing? He ain't your gal? You mean he ain't say your mama crack? Y'all ain't getting a fight and he embarrassed you and you got drunk and he like took some crazy pictures of you? Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Man, you better get that money. Y'all, you know how much money you can get together? Y'all two together? You think you get money to get now solo? Imagine how much you get if it's together. You think if it's together, you got to split it and I'm only getting 50%. If it's me, I'm going to get 100%. Nah, you tripping. You getting 100% of something less, a smaller pie. This is what Pimp C saying. Man, I don't care what y'all be. Y'all better find a way to squash that shit, ignore it, hide it, and get over that shit, And they was both absolutely right. But then when Pimp C put it in the song on Knocking Those Down, Paul Wall and Cooper still ain't talking. Money talk, all that bullshit, keep walking. When he said that, that's when every fan of the Houston rap scene, every Paul Wall Chameleon fan that there was would come up to both of us. Man, how you feel about Pimp C talking about you in the song? Man, how you feel Pimp C said this? How you feel? How you feel? What do you think? How do you feel? All of that kind of shit. It's like, how you think how I feel? I didn't want him to say that. I didn't want nobody to know we had our problems. We were trying to keep it under the radar. But, the fact that he put it on Front Street, he forced us to confront it, to confront the problem, the situation. And he forced us both to take the high road to say, man, this is bigger than whatever we upset about. If we got problems or issues, it's bigger than us. Man, we can't, like, what did Bun B do in the rodeo and he want to bring me and Chameleon out? He wasn't saying this at the time, but this is like what it is. It's like, you can't come out if we both beefing and having problems. It's like one or the other. So it's, they telling us right there, man, Pimp C putting it in that song, that's when it's front and center. You got to address it. What you going to do? Now, what am I going to, what is my answer to the fans? When people, 50 times a day are coming up to me, asking me, hey, Pimp C, how you feel about Pimp C talking about you in the song? Now I got to answer them. And what am I going to say? It's a, so then what he say on the remix? I heard they talk, but they ain't making music yet, but it's a start though. That's what he said. It's a start. He wasn't lying, but all of this, it's just showing, and I appreciate that he put it in the song, even though I maybe wouldn't have liked it at the time, or I wouldn't have asked for it. That I appreciate he did it because he forced us to resolve our issues, which was, you know, however big they were to either one of us, they were all minor in the grand scope, the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just another lesson learned that something might be big to you, but it's small in the grand scheme of the universe.
Yeah, y'all cool now. I think he in the tech, right?
Yeah, yeah, we definitely cool now, man. We've been cool for a while now, man. Uh, He in that tech. I'm like, man, let your boy hold up, man. He making all that tech money, man. He don't never want to let me get in on the investments, man. What's up, man? Let me get on the tech investment now, but he definitely doing good, man. I know he's making music too. Chamillionaire has always been very particular. You know, each one of us are different in how we view hip hop, how we view the art, how we view the commerce, how we view the industry. We're all different, you know. We share a lot of similarities, but we're all very different. Chamillionaire is somebody where, man, he works hard for his art, man. He's very creative. He thinks a lot about, he puts a lot of effort into what he's doing. And he's not just trying to just give it away for somebody to listen to for free on Spotify one or two times and then that's it, and you never think about it again. And that's kind of how today's music is released. You know, there's definitely songs that are hits and songs that get on your nerves because you hear them too much. But it's so much oversaturation of music being released that, man, he's very particular. He's always been like that with the labels. You know, he want to do business with the label. He just don't want the label taking 80%. And the labels take like 85%. That's how they used to do. Now, when you self-release and you're the label, you're the 85% and you get a distributor 10, 15%. But even then, Chamillionaire is he's looking at it like, why I gotta give you 15%? Oh, just because that's the way it is. Well, that's not a good answer for me because that's the way it is. And, you know, he questions everything. So, you know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, and this is the way the industry is. But I tell him all the time, man, hey, you don't got to put your shit on DPS, streaming services and all this. You ain't got to put your shit on iTunes for sale. You can put your shit on vinyl only and release it. You can put your shit on CD only. You can put your shit on cassette tape. You can put your shit on flash drives, any of that. You don't have to put it on YouTube. You don't have to put it on any of these things. Tidal, none of these things. You don't have to. You can choose to put it wherever you want. But if you don't put it on these things, and Joe Blow, who works out at the gym every day and goes to work every day, and he listens to his music only on Spotify, now he's not going to be able to get your music. And this is how people listen to music. They don't buy CDs. They don't make CDs no more. So they don't make CD players no more. So you can't buy a physical copy of something. Only if it's a collector's edition vinyl or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You can do whatever you want to do. Release it however you want to release it. And that's kind of how he is doing it now. He's releasing his music how he wants to release it. He's he's got a website. You got to like subscribe to his website, and there's different levels or tiers of subscription, and whatever you get different aspects of his music. But I mean, I haven't given up on a Power Wall Chamillionaire album again. Maybe we will do another Power Wall Chamillionaire album. I 100% am down and stand by for it. I tell him that all the time, like, you know, because it's not something that I'm like pushing for trying to do, but I do want my intentions clear with him that if you want to do this, I'm 100% down. But it's not like, hey, we need to do. I don't want to like bug him or like make him feel like, oh man, he always trying to get me to do that. I don't want to do that. Cause no, it's not like that. But I do want him to know that I'm 100% down to do it. But he I tell him all the time, man, we could drop a Power Wall Chamillionaire album, and we only drop it once we get 100,000 pre-sale orders or something like that, you know, where it don't even come out till we get X amount of pre-sales. You know, because you can, and if we don't get the pre-sale orders, then it never come out, like a Kickstarter or something. But I mean, it just is what it is. You don't have to release music the way everybody else does. It's just that there's all these tools to use, you know, and if you don't use the tool, that's on you. If you don't need the tool, you don't have to use the tool. But, you know, if you're trying to get people to listen to your music, you want to use every tool available at your expense, you know, at your whatever, you trying to use them tools.